And this is a really easy way to transfer prints, images, when you wanted to have a clear background. Hello, I'm Robin McClendon and welcome back to my studio and another episode of Workshop This. I really am enjoying the fact that you guys are commenting, asking questions. It seems like you really do enjoy this series. The idea that we're just zeroing in on one thing and one thing only in 10 minutes. So, you can really get the essence of a lot of the moving parts as it relates to jelly printing, to collaging, and to book arts, because those are the three things that I do a lot here on YouTube. And so I'm gonna flesh out a lot of your questions. And because this is interactive, I did hear a lot of the questions and comments from a couple of weeks ago. And one of them was about matte medium. You had questions about matte medium. I thought I would show you how I use it. One of the ways. And this is a really easy way to transfer prints, images, when you wanted to have a clear background. So let's say I'm going to work with some of my jelly prints on tissue paper. So these are already done. A lot of them are one color backgrounds, a lot of the old wall texture that I like. So what I would do is come back with some type of mark making on top. But let's say I don't want to add color. Here is where I would use the matte medium. So I already started with a plate that is ready to go. But before we do this, let me go ahead and show you how I did this plate. And you can use a number of things. I use 𝐂𝐈 ink a lot. A lot of you guys who follow me know I love working with 𝐂𝐈 ink on my plate. You paint it on, let it dry, and then come back and do the steps that I'm going to show you. But I also love the POSCA pens. And you can use the POSCA pens on the plate. The nice thing about them is they come in a lot of colors, so you really can personalize your images that you want to transfer. Just a little drop. You don't need a lot. I always believe in doing a layer and then come back and add versus having too much. Now what we're doing is we're just going to put a nice thin layer. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can let it sit and dry and then come back with one more layer of the matte medium to pick it up, or you can go right in and grab some of it. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece of tissue paper that is the archival tissue paper. Now I'll have the links for these products below the video. And see, look at that. Really is good. And so you really create this nice complex pattern from the POSCA pens and just using the matte medium. And when you do it actually over the one pool, or the technique that I like to do where you're just sort of doing one color, but you can build up a lot of texture on the plate, so you pick up other color with it, and then do this using the matte medium. It really is nice. And you can sort of see the difference here where the gray background is and then where the white paper is. And so you can kind of see the color variation there. So there's still some on here. So let's just go ahead and put some more down. We can still pull this. I think I'll use, and a lot of times these are just pieces that I've cleaned my plate with. So this is a white matte, a chalk paint on there. The last one was a gray chalk paint, so you'll know what base I had down there. It can be any paint though. It doesn't have to be the chalk paint. You can use any of the paints that we've discussed in our previous video on what paints to use on the Gelli plate, because this process will work over top of all of it. So I want to just kind of brayer off my brayer a little bit, and I had my paper here to clean the plate. Just use this piece because I have a little bit extra on here, and I want to. You really just want a thin layer, so we're going to off layer some of this. So I'm removing it color right now, just to leave just a bit. So you can see where I brayered off here on the side, and quite a bit came off. So let's grab the white. This piece already has a tear in it, so I might not use that one because it may tear again. So let's get this. Grab this yellow. It also is a chalk paint. Like I said, a lot of these pieces were just me cleaning the plate off using the tissue. Sometimes when I'm creating multiple layers and I want to have thin layers of color, I'll pull a lot of color off the plate, and I'll do it on these tissue papers. So because you can see here, I have a large stack of them, and then I come back and I paint over them, doing mark making and or these kind of techniques. And it just adds some depth to the paper. It already has an activated surface, and yet I can just keep on working on top of them. So let's go ahead and pull this. So you can see we still got some more off of it. Have a little bit of tearing there. So if you notice that it tears a little bit, just means it's a little bit of moisture. So change directions. So in changing directions, it'll allow you to get it up without continuing the tear. And you can see there's still more on here. So I could come back and I could pull another ghost, or I could clean the plate, or I could just put some paint down, just, ink the plate and pull that print as well. So here again, you can see the POSCA pens go a long way because we got another print, and that's a really nice looking print there. So if you look at the first print and then the ghost print, they're both really beautiful prints, ready to use in our work. And yep, just using the matte medium. Very, very easy to do. The main thing is keep the layers thin. You don't want a whole lot laying on that plate. Just really do the glazing technique where you're thinning it out. You saw how I removed some of the color by coming back, brayering off the brayer, and then go back to the plate and pull some more off, and off brayer the paint. And that's how you pull color or medium off the plate. So until next time, please keep on putting the comments, questions below the video. If there's a specific thing that you'd like me to workshop, please put that down in the comment area. We read them all, because we really want to be able to help address a lot of your questions and the things that go on in the studio that you're not quite sure, what do I do next? Please thumb up the video if you enjoyed this. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new to my channel and you want to make sure you get the notification every Wednesday and Saturday when I upload videos. And until next week, happy creating. Bye-bye.